Hey everyone, Commander Thinny, Jacob Tano here, and today we're reviewing Commander Jacob's Herobrine vs. the Mario Silhouette. This is in honor of his birthday, which if this doesn't come out on his birthday, I'm gonna feel really stupid. To start off, the writing is really great. Jacob's one of the best writers in this community. There are projects like Phantom vs. Nightmare Buzz and Preston versus the Ninja Bread Man, which are demonstrations of how great his writing is. And this is another example of it, I think. The writing here is all paced very well, very catchy, very cool sounding, is for lack of a better word. I think the 3-verse structure is really unique and well utilized in this battle. Herobrine verse 2, and also Mario Silhouette verse 2. The middle verses in particular, I would say, are my favorite parts of the battle. They both have a lot of great writing though. The entire battle has a lot of great writing though. I have some examples here of a couple strong points from Herobrine that are my favorite. White eyes with a white bite, but I ain't no ching chong. They say yeah without the yeah, I can't reach my level, just try. Like, those sections are really cool. I mentioned Herobrine verse 2 already. I think the first 4 lines of that are near perfect. I really love the writing there. But it's not to say Mario Silhouette doesn't have some cool writing as well. I have some examples here again. Mr. Two-Bit, he's an even cared about by their own kin. Try stealing coins, I catch that. Start shifting out. Sandland, I'll make you blacked out. This one you can patch out. In general, all just a lot of great writing there. If I had to point out things that I didn't like about the writing, I would say that the 6-line verses towards the end make the battle end a little suddenly. It feels like verse 1 and 2 are such amazing build-ups and have their respective climaxes, but it feels like verse 3 just kind of starts and ends. It doesn't feel like a proper ending to the battle. I would have probably done an 8-line verse or even longer if possible. It just kind of feels like a sudden ending, or maybe change the structure around so that the starting verses might be a bit shorter. Also, Herobrine's verses seem to be a little more lacking in, the dissing department. I don't want to come out here and be like, where are the disses? But I do feel like he spends a little too much time making puns, wordplay, and maybe lines about his abilities. And even though I do like those lines, I think they're very well written, it just kind of makes the writing a bit weaker or a bit more one-sided. And maybe that's a fault of the matchup. Maybe the Mario Silhouette just doesn't have a lot of material. But again, then the matchup is the part of the flaw of the battle, and I just have to, critique it as is. Moving on to the audio, maybe my favorite part of this whole battle is Tibbs' performance. Tibbs is a perfect casting for Herobrine, in my opinion. He is really great. He has a lot of great energy. He's very menacing and intimidating. It's just all around a fantastic performance. Jacob also provides a pretty good performance. I just think it sounds a little too much like his normal voice, just with an accent on top and not like a Mario impression at times. Which, in his defense, it doesn't sound bad at all. Again, I think it works, especially for the Mario Silhouette, where you might want to differentiate it a little bit from normal Mario. I think the direction is good, but if I had to critique it, I'd say it just kind of sounds like his normal voice doing a slight accent at times. I think the beat choice is really cool. Great Insane Beats pick. And he only used the WAV file for it. He doesn't use the track out, so there's not a lot of editing, but it still gives this very creepy, eerie, but strong vibe, kind of where you need it to. It's all organized very well. I maybe would have liked to see what Jacob could have done with trackouts if he was given access to it. But either way, I think it's just done absolutely amazing here. Audio, probably my favorite part of this whole project. It's an underrated part of this project for sure. And on to the video. This video is probably what a lot of people think is the strongest part, and for good reason. There's a lot of really cool creative decisions, like the aspect ratio for one, or the way Jacob chooses to animate the characters. I think all of that is very creative and very unique. The Mario Silhouette parts in particular are very well edited. I love how they're done. I love all the locations we see, a lot of cool visual effects, and a lot of cool details, not only in the Mario Silhouette's parts, but also in Herobrine's parts. There's a lot of references and just a lot of cool things in general, like the visual with Herobrine with the realistic eyes, or in the background of the Mario Silhouette part. Sometimes you'll see other characters or other Mario Silhouettes just kind of doing things, and I think that's very cool. Again, if I had to critique something, I would say that the Herobrine parts occasionally have a couple stiff movements in the character. There's also a couple camera movements every now and then that feel a little jagged, and I would probably chalk that up to Jacob's Jacob working with the animator, the Mine animator thing that he's doing for, I guess, the very first time. There's just a couple things there that feel a little stilted and a little rough around the edges. But again, all in all, it's very well done. And there's a lot of atmospheric moments in the video that give off a very good, scary vibe. And that's probably this project's big selling point, is the vibe that it gives off. It gives off that very menacing vibe very well. There's a lot of creepy moments in it that I think are done pretty much to perfection. Overall, this project is a really strong one, and I don't know how many notes I could realistically give on it that I haven't already. Again, I do think some of the weaker points are due to the creative decisions made to kind of, seem different. And ultimately, I think they're good decisions. They just lead to side effects that kind of draw some minor things back overall. But still, it's a very, very, very well put together project. And for that reason, I think I'm going to give this a strong 9. Transition. Have you given this battle a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe. And please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over next to my head is another video that you can watch. Hit that up with a link to subscribe to the channel. Commander Anthony Jacob Tano forever. Happy birthday to you.